Syrian insurgents have captured Hama and are advancing on Homs, my friends, in a dramatic escalation of the conflict that threatens to reshape the balance of power. It's like a chessboard, where the pieces are cities and the players are merciless. Hama has fallen, and Homs teeters on the brink. The rebel group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, led by the charismatic Abu Mohammed al-Golani, seized control of Hama on December 5th after fierce clashes. They've pushed onward, capturing the strategic towns of Talbisay and Rastan on December 6th, bringing them within spitting distance, just 5 kilometers, of Homs itself. These aren't just dots on a map, my friends. They're the gatekeepers to Homs, and the rebels just swiped the keys. This lightning offensive has sent shockwaves through Assad's regime. Hama and Homs are crucial cities, linking Damascus to the coastal Alawite heartland. Losing them would sever vital supply lines and deliver a crushing blow to government control in central Syria. No wonder the Syrian army is in full retreat. Oh sorry, I mean redeploying outside urban areas. They're not retreating, oh no. They're just advancing in reverse with remarkable speed and efficiency. That's their story, and they're sticking to it. But let's not sugarcoat things. This conflict has already exacted a horrific human toll. Over 800 souls have perished in recent clashes, with civilians bearing the brunt as usual. The streets of Homs are emptying as we speak, with over 280,000 people fleeing for their lives toward the relative safety of coastal areas. Imagine the entire population of Miami suddenly deciding to vacation on the Syrian coast. That's the scale of this exodus, my friends. Homs, once dubbed the capital of the revolution, is looking more like the capital of evacuation. Meanwhile, Hama's famous water wheels are spinning with an irony that's not lost on anyone. These cities have seen more action than a Hollywood blockbuster. They're the recurring characters in Syria's long-running tragedy, always in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The humanitarian situation is dire, to put it mildly. Aid organisations are stretched thinner than my patience for political doublespeak. They're calling for urgent assistance. But I'm sure thoughts and prayers will suffice, right? Refugees face overcrowded shelters, dwindling food and water supplies, and woefully inadequate medical care. With winter setting in, the misery only deepens for those caught in the crossfire of this grinding war. Of course, this conflict has long since spilled beyond Syria's borders. Neighbouring countries brace for yet another wave of desperate refugees. Lebanon and Jordan are about to experience Syrian immigration. The sequel, the first instalment, was such a hit after all. Meanwhile, European leaders eye their borders nervously. One can almost hear the sound of doors slamming shut across the continent, followed by a chorus of "not my problem" in various languages. But let's not forget the broader geopolitical chess game at play here. Russia and Iran have propped up Assad's regime for years, providing crucial military support. Yet, their attention and resources are increasingly divided. Putin's busy playing four-dimensional chess in Ukraine, while Iran's mullahs are preoccupied with their own domestic game of whack-a-mole. Their wavering commitment leaves Assad more vulnerable than ever to this rebel surge. And let's not forget Hezbollah, always ready to lend a helping hand or rocket launcher to their dear friend Bashar. Nothing says good neighbour like cross-border military support. It's heartwarming, really, in a terrifying sort of way. Meanwhile, the insurgents have embraced 21st century warfare. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham employs tactical drones for reconnaissance and precision strikes, giving them a crucial edge on the battlefield. These aren't your average hobby drones, my friends. They're the eyes in the sky that make Assad's forces feel like they're playing a losing game of hide-and-seek. It's a far cry from the ragtag rebel groups of a decade ago. Al-Golani, ever the modest fellow, declared, "The goal of the revolution remains the overthrow of this regime. It's our right to use all available means to achieve that goal." All available means? I wonder if that includes strongly worded letters and disapproving glances. He's built a formidable fighting force, one that's on the verge of a historic victory. The question remains, what comes next? Will Assad's regime crumble under this onslaught, or will foreign backers double down to shore up their ally? And if the rebels do seize control, what kind of governance can Syrians expect? The world watches and waits as the fate of Syria hangs in the balance. One thing's for certain, my friends, this conflict is far from over. The human cost continues to mount, with no end in sight to the suffering. It's a stark reminder of the brutal realities of war and the profound consequences of geopolitical power struggles. As we follow these developments, let's not forget the ordinary Syrians caught in the crossfire, their lives upended by forces beyond their control. The economic impact is equally devastating. The Syrian pound is falling faster than Assad's approval ratings. Soon, Syrians might find their currency more useful as wallpaper than as actual money. It's a financial freefall that would make even the most daring stock market speculator queasy. Of course, the international community has expressed its deep concern. I'm sure that will fix everything. Nothing soothes like diplomatic platitudes in times of crisis. The UN Security Council is set to release another strongly worded statement. I'm sure Assad is quaking in his boots at the prospect of yet another stern finger-wagging. If you're having trouble keeping track of who's fighting whom in Syria, don't worry. I'm pretty sure even the combatants need a flowchart at this point. It's a geopolitical soap opera with more plot twists than a telenovela on steroids. And with North Korea reportedly sending troops to support Russia in Ukraine, who knows? We might see Kim Jong-un's finest making a surprise cameo in Syria, because this conflict clearly needs more plot twists. Maybe they'll bring some of those snazzy uniforms to brighten up the battlefield. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed by all this information, my friends, imagine how I feel delivering it. If you appreciate this daily dose of geopolitical chaos, hit that subscribe button faster than a Syrian fleeing Homs. It's the least painful click you'll make today, I promise. As we sign off, let's spare a thought for those caught in the turmoil of war and hope for a swift and peaceful resolution to this long-running conflict. The road ahead may be long and fraught with peril, but history has shown time and again the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. In the meantime, we'll keep watching this high-stakes game of risk play out on the world stage. Let's just hope the players remember that the pieces they're moving around aren't made of plastic, but flesh and blood. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next update. I'm Ron De Parmesan reporting for News Cats, where we bring you the news with a side of sardonic wit, because sometimes laughter is the only way to process the madness of our world.